episode. Um, so yeah, so let me get to the other subplot with the newlyweds. My goodness, so they are still at each other's throat. Quasir has not forgiven Katrina yet about these miscarriages and her not talking about the prior miscarriages. And so she's in therapy right now without Quasir. And the therapist is asking her what's going on with the two of them. And she's like, oh, everything's fine. And you see little scenes of Quasir just going to the strip club as an escape for all of the problems that he's seeing in his marriage. And they are having sex, but it's not like they're not making love. You know, it's just they're just doing it for pleasure. And you can tell that she wants her marriage back, and he is very much pulling away. So she comes across as a pick-me too in this episode. It's just like the way that he was treating her is just, I don't even know why she even told him about the prior miscarriages. Like she could have went to the grave with that. Like, ladies, just some things you just gotta deal with the rest of your life and just keep that to yourself, because men are just not forgiving. Like, I don't know what she expected to come from that. There was nothing that good came from her revealing that truth. So anyway, that's it on those two. So about Candace's pregnancy, we do see a scene of her talking to her doctor, and it seems like they are going over the option of abortion. Well, we don't know why she's looking into abortion, if she's going to go through with it, but she's talking to the doctor and they're discussing that as an option. The doctor's like, you know, your age, your medical history. And she's like, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know, so it seems like she wants to go forward with, you know, aborting a baby. And we still don't know as a viewer if she had even told Lavelle about this baby. Okay, so back to Maura's plot. The roommate ends up getting a job and working for Candace as well. Maura is caught off guard about this, and she doesn't really like the idea of her and her roommate working at the same place under the same boss, and she is starting to show some jealousy and some envy with the roommate being there and, you know, being able to get this job so easily when she probably struggled to find this type of work. And then a guy who had asked Maura out last season that she wasn't feeling, he started to show interest into the roommate, and Maura's looking at it like, okay, not really understanding this, and she's almost like a carbon copy of me as far as a professional, and she's just throwing some shade. It's crazy how obvious this shade is that she's throwing. But I'm sorry, I'm really trying to remember so much about this episode. It was a good episode. It was just like a lot in the episode. I think in this episode, when they get back on the ship, this time T invites Lavelle to sit with them and talk. Like, she's just totally disrespecting Candace. It wasn't a lot there. It was just like Lavelle had took up for Candace when T started to go in on her like that. And so later that night, it was like Candace initiated sex with Lavelle because she clearly liked the fact that he took up for her like that. It just made her fall in love with him all over again, I guess. So Lavelle tries to bring up if they should continue with the separation while after I think that they had sex. And Candace is wait, no, let me think about this. What actually happened? So I think that, yeah, they were talking about they should continue with the separation. And Candace was saying, you know, that's when she revealed that she was pregnant. And it seemed like she was trying to say, like, this is not by accident. Like, this is meant to happen. We are meant to be together. And then because the episode title was It Was All a Dream, we realized that was all a dream. She never revealed that she was pregnant to Lavelle. And so she wakes up and they did have sex, but she didn't say all that other stuff like I'm pregnant and we should be together. So it seemed like that dream gave her the confidence to bring up that subject. But before she could, Lavelle gets a phone call from his old manager who, you know, because of what he was saying on the SIP, a lot of, he started to get a lot of his popularity back. And so his old manager is trying to get back in touch with him and put him on game and all of that. And Candace is like, well, we have the same manager. What does that mean for us and stuff? And Lavelle is not really, he doesn't really care. It's kind of like he looking out for him again. And so Candace is just like, I'm not even about to start talking about I'm pregnant and how we should stay together after he's showing that he for himself again. So she never gets out to telling him that. And I think that is where the episode ends. Oh no, that is not where the that's not where the episode ends. Okay. So this dude that Laura was messing with last season, his character name was Raymond. He comes in, he knocks at her door, he's drunk, and he wants to he's acting like he wants to get back with Maura. And Maura is kind of trying to push him out the house, but before she can, he closes the door and he starts kissing up on her and all of that. And then she hears a knock at the door. In this Carter, she looks out the window first and realizes it's Carter, and she asks her ex to go hide because she doesn't want Carter to see him. And so he goes and hides, and so she opens the door for Carter to come in. And he wants to talk about, you know, what happened that night and things like that. So before he can, you know, she's like, okay, we talk about this some other night. And he's like, you know, why? You know, and the next thing you know, Raymond comes out and Carter sees Raymond and he's like, you know, Raymond has his shirt off and he's in his drawers and stuff. And Carter's like, well, what's going on here? Who's this other dude in the house right now? And so she got some explaining to do. And that's where it ends for that subplot for this episode. I think that's where it is. I don't want to talk too much about the other one to the next episode. Oh, the last thing. Okay, I know where the episode ends. So Lavelle decides to meet up with his coworker that he's he's infatuated with right now. And she didn't depict me and made this whole outside dinner for him. This whole romantic scene set up for him. And before he's even able to say some stuff, it seemed like he wanted to go there and say he wanted to really try to work things out with his wife. But she didn't fix this whole meal and everything. And they're all hugged up and kissing. And all of a sudden, the coworker's sister pops up. And so it's like, uh-oh. Like, now the sister knows that she's messing with this married dude who is a celebrity. And now they're worried that the sister is going to put that out to the public. And this whole facade is going to be killed because of that. And that's where the episode ends. So